Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to my channel, The Mother Speaks Tarot. My name is Allison. My channel is still pretty new, just over a year old, so if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. Everybody who's already subscribed, all my viewers, thank you so much. Thank you for being here with me. For everybody who does subscribe, thank you so much. For those of you who are new and don't know, I'm also an author. I'm writing an action-adventure love story on superhero twin flames. It's a series. It's called Perception, the Two Yet One. This is book one, which I've read aloud live on Facebook and uploaded here to YouTube for you to enjoy for free. Just know that book two is published and available. All the links that you need for my books are down in the description box below. Whether it's to purchase my books or watch me read or listen to me read book one aloud, see if you like the story. All right, everyone, welcome and welcome back. Those of you who have been here, it's summertime. Now that we're done with the mother and the father messages and Independence Day, I'm finally able to decorate for summertime. I've been really looking forward to it. I've got this awesome mermaid tail over here. I made this beautiful abundance visual out of like a party favor. And this is a little plastic bead. And this is actually an old COVID mask that it was a white cotton mask that I dyed with strawberries. I didn't have any dye in the house. And then I got some scrapbook decorations. This says life's a beach. And sunglasses and a sand pail and some flip-flops over there and like a beach ball and an umbrella here. Also, I love this little lamp that I got. You know, dolphins represent Atlantis and it changes colors. It's a lot like my my moon lamp. Atlantis is very well, you know, to me it feels summery as well too. This is a stone called Larimar. I don't know if you can really see just how beautiful it is. This is supposedly created about the time that Atlantis sunk, and this is also Larimar. That's why I have it with me. This reminds me of the back of a dolphin. Okay, so yeah, and up here, if you don't know what these are seagulls. And I opened my son's eyes, but then one eye was like smaller than the other, so he looked pretty winky. So I gave him some shades. All right, so today I'm using one of my new decks for summertime, Mermaid Tarot by Lisa Robertson and illustrated by Julie Dillon. This is published by Llewellyn, and it comes in one of these nifty magnetic boxes, just like the, it's a lot like the Enchanted Forest Tarot that I love so much, and I am loving this one just as much. I am still getting to know it, so please bear with me when it comes to what this deck is talking about. At the end of the reading, I'm going to pull as many cards as the universe tells me to, from the Whispers of the Ocean deck here by Angela Hartfield. She's the same creator that created the Ganesha deck that I used, and these images are just so rich and beautiful, just as rich and beautiful as the Ganesha deck. I was going to read from the book from this, but something happened in the very first reading that I did this week. I was thinking about using this oracle because it has so many mermaids in it, and when I laid out Virgo, which is the first reading I did this week, the Queen of Wands, who is Pele, who you have right here. Okay, let me just show her to you. Pele came out, and she was right side up, and she was right there in the middle of Virgo's reading. And I knew that Pele is also in that deck. And I just, by the end of the reading, I just had to get it out. So I did. And the only card that came out was Pele. And she's come out in another reading this week too. And so now with yours, she's very powerful. So I'm using the Legendary Ladies Goddess deck by Anne Shin. This is one of the decks that I feel that Spirit led me to. Okay, Spirit told me the night before, you want a deck. And I'm like, why do I want a deck? All right, I'll just see if wherever I'm shopping, if I see a deck, I'll buy it, you know, and then there it is. So it's one of these decks that Spirit wanted me to have. So I'm just going to pull as many decks as Spirit wants, cards as Spirit wants you to have, and we'll just read them at the end. Okay, so as a reader, I read minor arcana cards as messages about your free will. I read major arcana cards as messages about your divine blueprint. That is the plan that you wrote for your own life before you incarnated, so that you would encounter and hopefully learn certain poignant lessons of life that, when learned, raise the vibration and wisdom that is encoded in your soul. The free will makes it possible to lower in vibration during a lifetime, but if you can manage to rise lifetime after lifetime, you can eventually become what is called enlightened, like Buddha, Jesus, Isis, Thoth. We know these people affected a great deal of positive change on our planet. And so when I'm looking at your major arcana cards, it's a lot like looking at your fate or fortune, but it's not because of your free will. There are times we can't change something in our life, though, no matter how hard we try. And those times are written into our divine blueprint by us. So those times are indicated to me by the Wheel of Fortune card, which you don't have. So you do have Pele, so I'm wondering if she's going to come out in the Legendary Ladies deck. Now, at the heart of everything here, you've got the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so Earth energy right off the bat. What a lovely card. Will you look at that? The Eight of Pentacles is, you know, working hard, learning a new skill, being very focused and driven. So you've probably been working pretty hard. You've been really focused. Let me just read this here, though. The upright meaning for this says, you may very well be seeing signs of your good work starting to manifest around you, but now is not the time to become complacent or get a big head. You have much more work to do. People are now expecting to see more of your work. You have started to create a buzz around you, around who you are and what you do, and now is the time to capitalize on that. So I really love that this deck has reversed meanings as well, but I love the meaning of this in this particular deck, and I just feel like that's what's going on with you right now. You're starting to create a buzz about yourself. You're really doing a lot of hard work. You're learning a lot, and you're being very strong. So in one of the past readings for Scorpio, Scorpio is manifesting a twin flame, and when a twin flame is being manifested, that's a lot of self-work that brings that kind of energy in. Okay, so you are doing a lot of self-work on yourself, and people are beginning to notice. Okay, so just like I said that you were possibly manifesting a twin flame, here's the Ace of Cups. This is the Holy Grail. This is love overflowing and abundance. This is a new love. This can be anything from, a new relationship in your life, a love relationship, like a twin flame relationship. This can be a child. This could even be a pet. Whatever brings you love. Okay, but this particular card carries a different message. I want to read that for you as well. It says, are you using a gift to its fullest potential, or do you have it on a shelf somewhere while you try and figure out what it is? The Ace of Cups lets you know that if it has shown up, that conditions are already there for it to fulfill its true purpose. Trying to understand it is not the same as actually using it. Cups are a feeling suit, which is why logic and reason are not always the best way to deal with them. The suggestion is you make better use of what has presented itself before someone else comes along and claims it. Okay, so this is telling me that you've got unused gifts. Okay? So you are starting to really shine, and people are beginning to notice you. However, there's more talents and skills within you than even you know. It's like, I feel like this is you right now. You are a water sign. You are the Ace of Cups right now. You are overflowing. You are abundant. Okay? And so that, the Eight of Pentacles here, Pentacles is your earth energy. This is your health and wealth. So you've been working really hard on both your health and your wealth. You are probably learning new stuff. You're probably working with other people. And what you are becoming is this whole new you. But what this is saying is, what talents and abilities, what things are within you that you don't know about? Keep going. Keep growing yourself. You know what I mean? There's hidden talents within you. Okay. So here's what's at the root of everything, okay? Yeah, this is the Hermit, Virgo energy, earth energy. This is a 9. Okay. So you see here, the Hermit is always in the dark, usually with a lantern. And that represents the dark night of the soul. The Hermit is, when you are in that dark night of the soul where you just want to get away from everybody, just go live in a cave, right? That's the feeling. When you're being a hermit is when you're being by yourself. You're away from everyone else. You're avoiding other people. Well, the Hermit card represents that, but also where you spend your time alone, asking yourself poignant questions to figure out what brings you joy in life. Okay? And that's what is inside his lantern, is the star, all your hopes and dreams. What brings you joy? What would you like to have in your life that would bring you joy? When it's in the reverse, a lot of the times you already know that. And in this particular deck, this is saying that your time alone is ending. It's time to rejoin the world. You've already learned what brings you joy. You've already learned whatever you needed to in this hermit moment. So you know that. It's time for you to rejoin the world. And that makes a lot of sense because people are starting to notice you. I think they're going to want you to rejoin the world. They're like, wow, Scorpio is doing this. Scorpio is kicking ass. Scorpio is so abundant and beautiful and loving and kind and generous and just overflowing with talent and skill. Now, this is your recent past that's moving out of your life at this time. And I'm giggling because this is the star. Yeah. The star that is in the lantern. These are totally, this is, in this deck, this is when you're not clear about what you want. This is when you don't know what your hopes and dreams are. This is that you know what they are now, right? So this is your recent past that's moving out of your life. You know what your hopes and dreams are now because you're done with your hermit moment. Boom. Okay, so these two cards super go together. This is extremely clear. You know what you want out of life. You know what brings you joy. All right. Now, the next two cards are the future card. This one and this one, these are your two future cards. And here we have Pele, the goddess Pele. Yes, she's in the reverse, so I'm going to go ahead and show her you up. Right, look at her. Gosh, she's so powerful. I love her so much. I love her. Look at her face. She is not fooling around. I feel like there's Pele within you. Pele is saying to you, Scorpio, I'm in you. Notice how I don't fool around. Notice how powerful I am. To me, Pele is a very strong goddess, very much like Sekhmet, ancient Egyptian Sekhmet, the lion goddess, sister of Isis, and Kali, the Hindu goddess, the demon killer, the demon destroyer. They're very tough. They don't fool around. Now, Pele doesn't take any disrespect, ever. Ever. Pele's within you. Okay, so she's in the reverse. All right, I'm going to read this to you. It says, do you know what happens when you don't use the fire inside of you? It does one of two things. It burns out or rages out of control. One of these two is happening to you right now. You are either overly reactionary and are finding yourself triggered by everything or everyone, or you are finding it hard to be inspired. When you don't capitalize on the Queen's gift, it will turn on itself and become self-destructive. The trick to this card is finding the balance between creative potential and burnout. Only you will know what that balance is for you and your current situation. So, Scorpio, you have been kicking ass. The part of you that is Pele is not fooling around. You're not fooling around. You have been doing hard work. You have been very focused. You have been learning. In your earthly life, you have been kicking ass. At the same time, in your spiritual life, you have also been kicking ass. You've been working very hard, love. So when I see this, this is saying, don't burn out. Pele is saying, I know that you know I'm within you. I know you feel me, and I know that you are not fooling around. When it comes to a task, when it comes that for something that I want to create or that I want to do, I'm not fooling around. And I want to do whatever I want to do and have respect. This is saying also that there are things that you don't know about yourself yet. Perhaps things that you can do to continue to grow. She's saying when you don't use her creative gifts, then you get short-tempered. So this is a future card. This is a potential. And I feel like you can flip the energy of any of these cards. And so this is one that I would, if I were you, attempt to flip. When you know what you want, you know what you can do, but you don't know exactly all the abundance of what you are that's in your cup. This is you. You don't know that you might see this anemone here. You might see whatever this thing is here, but there's all these things underneath, those two things that everybody and you can see right now. There's more things inside. And so those are the things Pele wants you to bring out of yourself. to be more positive about yourself. Look at what you can do. And you, instead of saying, well, sometimes I do this, but I never get that far. Or, you know, don't do that part at the end, but I never, don't do the but. Just understand that there are some talents and skills within you that you haven't found. And if you're starting to feel cranky and tired because you've been working so hard, just realize that all you got to do is dig a little deeper underneath the things that you see. Just take them out for a second so you can see what else is in there. Do some meditation, perhaps. Find what you are capable of and act on it. Okay? Like if you start to become cranky, it's because there's something that you're not expressing. All right? So let's see what else we've got here. The Two of Swords. Okay, so in this deck, this Two of Swords is a lot like the Five of Wands. It's about sparring. Okay, this is a merman who's learning how to sword fight from this this man. A lot of the times, this is being at a crossroads, having a decision to make, and having to be intuitive about it. So that could be what's going on. Okay, but this one talks about seeing your options clearly. This talks about there are two sides to whatever's going on, and it talks about, can you release your need to be right all the time, or can you go into a non-judgmental? Let me just read it to you. There are two sides to your current dilemma, each one wanting time and space to argue its case. The question is, can you release your need to be right and open a non-judgmental space for these two ideas, thoughts, and options to plead their case? Take a lesson from our friends in the card. Sparring can be useful. It can move energy, strengthen muscles you never knew you had, and build strength and confidence. All very good qualities to have when making a decision. So there's some sort of decision that you need to make as well here. This is going to take you to a crossroads, I guess, but you're going to be better for it. The swords is air energy, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius energy. It's about intellect. It's about logic. It's also about communication. So I'm kind of feeling here that with this cranky temper here and this little sword fight here, I feel like there's this possibility of if you're not using your creative energy enough, Pele will come out and you'll be cranky, and then what you'll have is like this kind of maybe a quarrel, argument or fight with somebody here, but where you both turn out better for it later on. But there's also very much a choice here that needs to be made. Okay? And so Pele is talking, a lot of this is saying, what are you capable of? What can you build on? What else? What talent do you have that you can develop? What talents do you have? There's all kinds of talents. And I think that when this is over, you will end up with some very important information. Like you will have come to an understanding that really helps you out later on. All right. So the next energy that we have here is your hope, and here we have the Page of Cups. So the story behind this is this little merboy is trying to learn how to scry in his cup, and you can see that he's got a fish Now, whenever I see a page of cups with a fish in the cup, to me, that means that there's some emotions that have been stirred. So you could be hoping that you've stirred someone's emotions. But this is also about learning to keep your emotions in place amongst the chaos. Keep control of your emotions as chaos goes around you, because it's like he's trying to scry. Maybe he is. He's looking at the fish, though. But maybe it's only for a minute. Maybe he's still scrying, even though the fish is jumping in and out. He's able to keep his cool, and he is still able to see into the water despite the chaos. See what that message is? He's also holding the Ace of Cups. So I feel like you are very much hoping to find out exactly what is inside of this cup. What is inside of you? There's a lot more than just a goldfish in this cup. Look at that. It's filled and overflowing. I feel like that is what you're hoping to find as well. I believe this is you hoping to have somebody's emotions stirred. Yes. But also hoping to understand yourself and what you're capable of. What kind of blessings do you have? And one of them is keeping your calm, keeping control of your emotions when everything is going batshit crazy around you. So that's a wonderful hope. That's really beautiful. So what's going on in your environment right now? Let's see. It is the Ace of Pentacles. Wow. Haven't got the Ace of Pentacles yet in this deck. And look at that. That's beautiful. However, it's in the reverse. Okay? A treasure chest, huh? This is, you can look at this as two ways. Is this junk or is this a treasure? You know? All that glitters is not gold. Now, every ace is a new beginning, an opportunity. This can be things, like an engagement ring. This can be things like a bunch of money. You've got this in the reverse, though, and this talks about not being able to see a gift right when it's dropped in your lap. And that things are, let me just read it to you. Sometimes we can't see a gift even when it is dropped right in our laps. Things are nowhere nearly as bad as you are making them out to be, and you do have the chance to make them even better. That's why it's too bad you can't see how this is the first step to a much more pleasant journey. Okay. This Ace of Cups is just a whole lot more than all the things that I've been saying. It's all those things I've been saying, plus this opportunity that you don't seem to understand is abundance. Self-love. Happiness. Even possibly, if you're single, possibly new love. The cooler you are, the more people notice. So, what's more attractive? Look at this. What would you be more attracted to? This cup or this one? So I used this one to block out the goldfish, but look at all the goldfish right there. That's cracking me up. But so recognize that you're awesome and that you are all this stuff, but also that this opportunity that's coming is awesome. For some reason, you're not seeing it that way. This is a brand new life. This is earthly life. This is you feeling abundant, overflowing, happy, loving. You've got everything you need, possibly all the love that you need in your life all comes with this new earthly life. Your emotions are refreshed. You are filled to the brim and overflowing. Very much like this treasure chest. This talks about what, like I said, is this treasure or is this junk? Because the mermaids might see this more as treasure and these things more as junk. It's how you look at it. It's how you look at it. So right now, you're seeing this as junk when it's actually the best treasure you could ever ask for. So this is your fear of injustice. This is the Libra card. All right. So here we have justice. This is the balance of life. This is beginnings and endings. This is the 11th card. However, you're in the reverse here. First of all, check this out, okay? Notice how these scrolls weigh more than this knife. Knowledge is more valuable than violence or whatever this represents. Okay? Now, this is your fear. This is, this talks about short-term gains may mean long-term pain. When things seem like they're not in your favor, so here's the thing with this. I'm not going to read that whole thing. I'm going to express it this way. You're afraid that it looks like you don't have justice, but sometimes when things happen, we can't really fix them. What we have to do is reconcile them. Okay? So this is a reconciliation. This is being sorry and saying, I know what happened sucked, but I apologize. That is kind of like, that's more of a reconciliation than it is making things right. Sometimes things can't be made right all the way. And the fact that bad stuff went down just has to be accepted and moved on from. But I feel like for most of you, this fear is that you won't get justice in your life, that you're experiencing an injustice. Well, you know what? If somebody was trying to hand you a trunk full of junk, you'd probably, and tell you that it's worth $1 million and it's all costume jewelry, yeah, that would be an injustice. But Scorpio, this is not junk. This is the best blessing that you could ever ask for. So your fear, this is an injustice in the first place. And if you would just understand, then there's nothing to be afraid of, because This is your justice. You've been working very hard on yourself spiritually and in your physical life. And so receiving the best gift that you could possibly imagine. This is your own energy, Scorpio. This is the Holy Grail. People spend lifetimes looking for the Holy Grail, and this is one of the expressions of it. This is your justice. It's all in how we look at things. You know, creative energy is also something that can get you to see a blessing as not. Sometimes it's too much creativity. Now, just show it to you upright. The Six of Pentacles. Now, what these little mermaids are doing here is they're oxygenating the water. Can you focus for me, camera? Thank you. So 6 is the number of love. The Six of Pentacles has to do with good karma. It has to do with the balance of life. The Six of Pentacles has often been a Libra card for me because a lot of people, a lot of decks will have a person standing there with a set of scales. So right on top of this set of scales, you've got here the reversal of this. If this is good karma, this is bad karma. Because when you look at a gift from the universe as junk, that's not good. Yeah, so the reversed meaning of this is asking you to imagine, what if the mer children were taking the oxygen out of the water? That would be disastrous for everybody. Nobody would benefit from that. When we take from a place of fear and greed, we don't just harm others, but we also endanger the very environment we live in, is the poignant sentence in this thing. It says you are being asked to check that fear and lack-filled thinking at the door before you destroy something you can never bring back. This is the underlying message here. You are very unclear about what this new beginning is. This is the Ace of Swords. Like I said, every ace is the new beginning. And so these, using all these aces are showing you that this is a new beginning that you're not seeing it the right way, Scorpio. You might be very tired. Okay, because the Queen of Wands in the reverse is also someone who has been stretching their energy very thin, and that makes them cranky. Like I said, you've been working so hard on both your earthly life and your spiritual life that you're feeling very tired. And so maybe what's happening is that you've got this new opportunity and you're like, oh my God, universe, spirit, whatever, I am already in the middle of trying to handle everything else. And now you want me to handle this new beginning in my entire life? But this is not a trunk of junk. This may require a little bit more work. This may require a little bit more determination, but if it just feels, Scorpio, if you aren't grateful for this new beginning, this is not going to manifest for you. This is saying here that, I mean, you can already see, I can see where you're tired and you might end up having a conflict here. But you can do this. You are a badass. You have been working your life and your spirit life perfectly. Yes, you're tired. But what are you working toward? It takes effort to oxygenate the ocean. If you put that same effort into taking the oxygen out of the ocean, nobody is going to experience anything good after that. So the Ace of Swords upright is clarity, victory. Upside down, it's just you're confused, you don't see it. I'm already at something like, what is it? Oh, 40 minutes. Let's get your oracle cards. Because, you know, that's pretty clear. I don't need to clarify anything here. I know you're tired, Scorpio. Just keep going because, you know, if you're running a race, say you're running a race, and you're almost to the end, are you going to just stop? No. You have to push yourself. Well, you don't have to do anything, but you know, if you're running a race and you're almost at the end and you feel like you're going to die, usually people still continue to go. And you know what I mean? You got to go the distance and never view an opportunity from the universe as junk. That is never good. Okay? Oh. Okay, thank you so much. Please don't forget to like. Please don't forget to subscribe, and please check out my books as well, everyone. Thank you all for being here with me. You know, I'm sitting here doing these readings, you know, physically by myself, but I feel you all when I do these. Alrighty. So, yeah. Whatever you really, well, thank you. Whatever you don't do, remember what this is all about. This is a change that the universe is offering you. You can do this. I know you can. Wow. Okay. Wow. You've got a bunch of goddesses. You've got a bunch of stuff today. Okay. So, looking at the underbelly. Number 6. Be sure that you are using your time in the best possible manner. You might consider taking time to organize yourself, or perhaps a project you are working on could use some fine-tuning. That's talking about this creativity. Polite declaration. You can move in whatever direction you need to accomplish your goals. It is time for you to get out of there, claim what is yours, and stay in your power. It is time for you to get out of there, claim what is yours, and stay in your power. Wow. Yep. Hina. Courage. Passion. Aphrodite. Let your courage guide your passion. It will be very cleansing. This is Sedna. Sedna's father basically, he was horrible to her. Cleansing is getting over trauma and forgiving. She's a mermaid. Sekhmet. Oh, Sekhmet. The lion goddess. She's not fooling around. This is healing. Okay? Healing. This is courage. This is confidence. She is courage. She is confidence. She is strength. Okay? Oh. Ah. Chalchiut likyu. Chalchiut likyu. Fresh start. With all these aces, yeah, this looks like this is going to be a fresh start in your life. Wherever you are, this one card says, get out of there. It's time to claim your power. And so a fresh start, that's what it means. Your own, a rebirth. It's time to, wow, hell. Whoa, things got a little dark here. So this is the Hermit. Rebirth. Phoenix energy. Oh, Parvati. Spirit. She's the one who turns into Durga. She is the wife of Shiva. Now, here's the thing. She is also reincarnated. She is Shiva's first wife, whose name I can't remember, reincarnated. So this is very much led by Spirit. Spirit is telling you, I'm offering you this new beginning. Please don't judge it as junk. And resurrection, Nut, the ancient Egyptian goddess. Okay, so you've got rebirth and resurrection. This is Phoenix energy. Okay, you've got a brand new life ahead of you with these three aces, and you know, I just can't say it enough. I know that this new beginning, you're exhausted. You're like, really, Spirit? Because you know Spirit, because you are connected to Spirit. You know Spirit is giving you this new beginning here, but you're just so exhausted. It's hard for you to look at it as a blessing, but please do, because if you don't, this is going to end up being bad karma for you. All right, so how much control do you have over this? I can gauge that by the number of major arcana to minor, and you've got the Star and the Hermit and Justice. So that's 3 out of 10 cards. That means most of this is in your control. Remember, you got this. You got Pele inside of you. That's what I have for you at this time, Scorpio. See you next time.